The first question. So, what exactly brought you to the investment field?
First of all, let me congratulate you.
Thank you.
At my age, I couldn't even comprehend what a crore is. At least you are thinking about making a crore at this age, which is a nice thing.
Thank you.
And I just wish, being son of a very close friend of mine, that you do it the right way, you do it right in a possible ethical way. So, my background is that I come from a very small village and I came to Bombay to study here. I did my MBA and I was thinking of a career which is essentially doesn't require you to be a son of Tata, Birla, Undermoney or a big person.
Yes.
So, and I came across some of my friends who were involved in the stock market and I found it very fascinating that this is a true business of businesses. Like, you are into many businesses. If you are in an investment business, you can hold that business for whatever time frame you feel like. Yes. You can buy any of the entrepreneurs, so many of them to choose from one particular business, right?
Yes.
And then this does not have any capital barrier. So since I didn't have any capital of my ancestors, I had to begin from scratch. So it did not have any capital barrier. And plus I found it intellectually extremely stimulating and satisfying that you will be in touch with absolutely cream de la cream. And I'm glad and I'm very happy that I took that call. And I stuck to that call for the last 25 years.
Okay. And were there any other business or career that you started?
No, there are a few which came, but they were all tail in front of the investment option which I decided to pursue. And I'm glad that God has been very kind and I didn't pursue anything else.
I believe you've been in this field for the past 27 years.
Yes.
And how did you sustain these many years in such a stressful field?
So today this is the most important thing for you, that if you are serious about being an investor, if you're serious about this option, see what sustains any successful person is his passion.
Yes.
Right? So how did Tendulkar sustain playing cricket for 25 years? How did he wake up at 6:20 every day morning and to do the same thing, same practice every day?
Yeah.
How did Lata Mangeshkar sustain, singing songs for 30, 40, 50 years?
Yeah.
How does Amitabh Bachchan sustain doing acting for 50 years? Similarly, first is that I'm fortunate that I was very, very passionate about investing, and that passion is what is sustaining me. And I just wish that until the time I'm alive, I can sustain this passion. And I actually look at some person like Hussain, who painted till he was 95 years, and even in the 95th year, the painting which he painted, he still got sold for crores of rupees, right? Yeah. My dream is to sustain this job till that time, so that even at the 90th year, if I come up with something which is relating to investment recommendation, people should follow it.
So, Uncle, if I want to follow into an investment career, what is your broad advice for me?
So, broad advice is first for you to really feel very strongly that are you passionate about it, and can you do this thing for the next 50 years?
I'm sure about it.
You're sure about it, so just I would advise you that make a diary. Every time you feel high about something, doing something, make a note of that.
Okay.
And I felt great about doing it. It's not only about investing, it's about everything else. And every time you feel low about something, make a note of that also.
Okay.
This will clearly give you your own characteristic, right? And I told you, my advice to you is definitely explore this field. But just remember, this is not like a 9-to-5 job where you go in the office and come back from the office. This is like, except in sleeping 6 hours, I'm all the time thinking about investment. So we meet someone casually, we talk about business, what business is done, how does it derive profitability in that. So we want to develop the passion for it, and then more systematically. In our days, it used to be very difficult to find a balance sheet, to go to Bombay Stock Exchange to get a balance sheet. Now because of the access of internet and digitization and this, that everything has become very easy. You should take every step, read a lot of books. You have to study. You have an advantage of starting very early. Read a lot of books. Make sure that you read at least one book every 2 months.
Okay.
So by the time you actually graduate out, you have read hundreds of books.
Yep.
So you will be really, really prepared to explore this field. And then, as you already have caught up, that you want to start investing. That you start investing, you already have set a goal. You want to make a crore of rupees. But this is like, again, till the time you don't jump in a swimming pool, you will not know how to swim.
Yeah. How can I begin, like, the entire technicalities and stuff? How do I begin?
I would say that you're too young right now.
Yeah.
So you just have to learn the exploratory steps and spend time with people who have investing experience and read a couple of the autobiographies of very, very successful investors.
Yeah.
So you take up this task that you can send me a PPT on the books which you read. So let's say you want to read a book of Warren Buffett. You read it, once, twice. You will understand something of it, right? And you may decide to read Warren Buffett after 2 years. You can begin with something more basic, right? And I can provide you a list of books which you should read.
Okay.
But that's the way to begin.
Thank you. And is there a particular path, like through my postgrad, like any particular courses, subjects, anything that I need to follow just to become a good investor in the future?
So one path is be in touch with me. And the other thing is that, obviously you have to read, you have to take more subjects which are relating to finance. And which class you are in?
I'm in the 10th.
So from the 11th standard, definitely do accounting and cash flows. If you really want to become a good investor, to play emphasis on these subjects. Ultimately, as an investor, you have to know how to read the balance sheet, how to evaluate a business. So you have to take many subjects in finance and do maybe, there are a lot of short courses which have come online, offline, before even you do post-graduation. You should keep finding about these courses, and it should be your goal that you meet one successful investor once in 2 months. Your family itself knows so many of them. So you would get to know more about this field.
So, we all know you as the money magician. So, what exactly is the secret behind your success?
So, as I said, that it's 90% God's grace and 10% being in the right field and having a passion for investing. And, I strongly believe that if you're really passionate about something, you really put your heart and soul into that and you're sincere and hardworking, then success will come. And I would just say that, why I say 90% God grace, because I feel I just came in the markets at the just right time. That, India was opening up in 1992, and then from 2003 we had an unprecedented bull market. So if I was born 25 years back and started my career in 1975, it would not be the same story.
Yeah. And what have been your broad investment style?
So we pride ourselves in calling that we are opportunistic investors. We are actually not married. I'm not married to any investing style that I'm a value investor or a growth investor or a momentum investor.
Okay.
We see what the broad market is rewarding, and we have the ability to choose what kind of investment style which will work. But obviously we look for a lot of value. There is a margin of safety before buying any company, and we look for growth in that company. So if you ask me, it's a blend of value plus growth investing. But we will go by the broad theme. Value for someone 5p is very cheap. For me, in a real growth business, even 25. If I really like the promoter in the business.
So what are these parameters that you look at before investing in a company?
As I said, we look at 4 or 5 broad things. So first we look at the most important thing is management.
Yes.
Is the management good? Are they capable of building a property? Are they capable of building a proper management structure? Are they fair in terms of sharing their prosperity
Yes.
with the employees? Second, we look at the size of the opportunity.
Okay.
That how scalable is the opportunity, whatever business which we are investing into.
Yes.
So let's say if I come across a company in financial services, I know that this is a very scalable business. If I come across a company in the pharmaceutical sector, I know it's very, very scalable.
Yes.
But if I come across an investment opportunity in the soya business, for instance,
Yeah.
I know it is complicated. It has not that kind of scale. So we look at the scale of the business. Then we look at whether the person in the company has the potential to become cost leader
Yeah.
in whatever they are investing. And finally, we look at what price and value which you are paying. Apart from that, we do all the standard stuff, the whole world does, ROE, ROC, cash flows, return on capital, DCF, whatever else which is required, all the parameters to evaluate, we do all that.
Okay. So, how do you evaluate the quality of management and how important is it in making an investment decision for you?
I think for me it is the most important thing. Not every investor pays that kind of attention to the management, but for me it is the most important thing. And we have made a lot of very, very profitable investment just identifying the proper management. So I always say that it's most important in this business to find the jockey.
Yeah.
And the jockey will make sure the horse runs. So the company is like a horse and you have to jockey like the management. So it's very, very important. And we assess them, we meet them any number of times, we find out about them, we look at their background, we look at their track record, what is it they're able to deliver, we look at the consistency of what they are saying versus what they're delivering and what they've done in the past. So there are many ways to do it, and I'm sure as you progress, you will learn about them.
And typically, what would be your time horizon?
Maybe anywhere, between 2 years to 20 years. So I have held investments which are made for 20 years also. But normally, it should be, at least when I'm investing in a company, if I can make money early, that is fine. Normally, it should be minimum 5 years.
And do you have any last words of advice for me? For other young minds who want to go into the same field?
I told you that, it's a very great thing that at your age you're thinking. But you didn't ask me the most important question, that was, how do you make a crore from here? So, I would tell you that you should evaluate and invest in any new business. Like, as a young person, how you see that you saw, let's say Swiggy came to your house first time and they delivered the first food delivery to your house. That is how your mind should work. That now this service is available, so I want to invest in this company.
Yeah.
So let's say when Uber came for the first time, that is how mind has to come. So there are a lot of new businesses which are going to come.
Okay.
And I can tell you that by investing even 1 lakh, you can make 1 crore. In few years, that is how the scale in a lot of the new businesses is. So one way is the traditional investing style, which is what I have followed. But I am also changing now. So you should evaluate what are the technology disruptions which is going to happen, how new businesses are going to get created, and maybe start investing 5,000, 10,000 rupees. Maybe if you catch a right thing, maybe you will make a crore before you postgraduate.
So thank you for being with us.